Have you checked out the Wednesday blooper reel yet? Not only do you get to see Jenna in her element, but you also get a front row ticket to the creative process behind the thing. And I'm getting into it today. The behind-the-scenes blooper reel is a whole vibe. There are all sorts of unexpected and hilarious mess-ups, like when Jenna Ortega accidentally smacks Emma Myers in the face with a flashlight. But trust me, it's all good fun. The video really highlights how much Jenna is like her character, Wednesday. Like when she deadpans about the benefits of growling at people. It's too good. And let me tell you, the veteran actors Catherine Zeta-Jones and Luis Guzman are not above getting in on the fun and breaking character. This blooper reel is a must-watch. Don't miss it. Jenna Ortega is a boss in this show, and these bloopers just make her performance even more impressive. I mean, have you seen the numbers? Wednesday is one of the most streamed series on Netflix right now. Tim Burton's spinoff of The Addams Family is killing it, showing a whole new side to the spooky fam, and opening up so many possibilities for the franchise. But it's not just a copycat show. It has its own unique elements too, like Wednesday and her Nevermore peers having superpowers. And you can see how each character brought their own touch to the role they played on the show. The blooper reel showed us everyone's individual personalities. Ortega went above and beyond, training in things like playing the cello, fencing, learning German, and not even blinking in order to perfect her portrayal of the character. Even having Christina Ricci on set, who played an iconic version of Wednesday. Ortega and Ricci had a mutual agreement not to discuss how Wednesday should be played, so that Ortega could create her own unique version of the character. The show itself is a dark and twisted coming-of-age comedy, and Season 1 ends with a lot of questions for Season 2 about Nevermore, Wednesday's stalker, and the Addams Family as a whole. But the blooper reel shows that despite the dark tone of the show, the filming environment was much more lighthearted and fun. It isn't just the filming environment that's light and breezy, but Jenna herself as well. It highlights just how different Jenna Ortega is from her character. The bloopers show many moments of Ortega slipping out of character and doing the one thing Wednesday never does: smiling. Ortega is often seen smiling and having fun, goofing around with her co-stars. One blooper that stands out is when Ortega and Joy Sunday, who plays Bianca, a powerful Nevermore student, are shooting their fencing scene. It's a serious and intense scene, and Ortega is seen jumping and dancing in between takes. It's clear that Jenna is a natural comedian and loves to have fun on set, despite the dark and serious tone of the show. But that's not all. Ortega is also a naturally caring person. This is why her portrayal of the ultra-serious Wednesday Addams is even more impressive. The blooper reel shows that Ortega only breaks into a smile after the shot is done and they need to retake it. That shows you how easily she can slip into and out of Wednesday's character. Ortega's dedication to her role is truly remarkable, and it's evident that she puts a lot of effort into becoming Wednesday Addams on screen. But that's enough about the main character herself. Her faceless family pet has some secrets of his own. It actually has a face. The behind-the-scenes magic that went into creating Thing is impeccable. The Addams Family hand servant in Wednesday. Netflix has released a mind-blowing VFX clip that shows how the character was brought to life on screen. Victor Dorbantu plays the role of Thing, Wednesday's trusty hand companion. And this clip shows the incredible work that went into bringing the character to life. From the use of motion capture technology to Dorbantu's skilled hand movements. The video shows how the VFX team was able to create a fully realized character out of what is essentially just a hand. It's a testament to the team's skill and dedication that Thing is able to be just as memorable and beloved a character as the rest of the cast, despite not having a face or a body. Overall, it's a fascinating look at the making of Wednesday, and it'll definitely leave you with a newfound appreciation for the show's VFX. The VFX behind Thing, the Addams Family hand servant in Wednesday, is truly impressive. The video released by Netflix shows how much work went into things. Here's a hint: it took countless in-depth meetings. In a recent video from Netflix, Ortega, Dora Bantu, and members of the Netflix VFX team went in depth about how Thing went from an actor's hand to a fully fledged character. The team had to work with Dora Bantu to make sure he could emote and walk like a character, even if he had to do so in small spaces and through holes or under covers. The prosthetics and makeup work done on Thing were also crucial in creating Wednesday's version of the character, giving him the iconic look he has in the show. It's hard to ignore the fact that the VFX team behind Wednesday put in a lot of work and effort to bring Thing to life in the series. Not to mention, Dora Bantu did a great job, so much so that you might even think he has some serious experience. But think again. Dora Bantu has never worked on screen before. Looking at the fact that he's never worked on a big scale before, he worked closely with Tim Burton and the VFX team to bring the character to life, including learning to walk and emote with just his hand. Prosthetics and makeup were also used to make the character look just right for the show. While some scenes were simple, others required Dora Bantu to be removed in post-production. The VFX team replaced him with a blank setting through digital effects. The combination of practical and computer-generated effects make the character look surprisingly realistic. But not all the effects was on point, like the hide monster. Even though the Thing and the work that went into creating him was on point, the digitally created hide monster wasn't even close to Thing. It was like night and day, which shows us how the two pieces of digital work differ from each other. It's a perfect example of how mixing practical effects with CGI work adds a lot of depth to the character, and how it can create a huge difference in what these look like on the screen. This confirms that a lot of work went into creating everyone's favorite character. In fact, it took hours of makeup. I know I've talked about how it's a hybrid of physical and digital effects, but there's something about the physicalities that left me pretty shocked. A major part of the prosthetic design that went on Victor's hand for Thing was the stump on his wrist. And while it was there to make it look as real as it gets, they had different stumps for different days. The process for creating the prosthetic hand involved the use of blue chroma key sleeves, several collaborations between the actor and the visual effects team to determine the appropriate stump for the scene, application of makeup to block out tattoos, and glue on the stump, and the use of Bondo molds to create scars and stitching. The molds are applied to both the front and back of the hand, followed by multiple layers of coloring to add realism, including dirtying the nails, adding veins, and making the stitches appear sore. And that's how we got Thing. Are you excited to watch Wednesday on your screens again? Let me know down below. See you next time!